Hi, good morning, everyone. Myself, V. Dinesh Babu, working in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering in Chebrool Engineering College. And a warm welcome to all the listeners. And this is the third session regarding applets. So, in the first session, we saw the differences between normal standalone application programs and applets. And in the second session, we have covered how to write a simple applet program. We have seen about the different steps which are involved in order to write a simple applet program. And this is the third session. So in this session, we are going to cover some of the uh, simple and we may see some complex programs on applets in Java programming language. So let us start a simple writing a simple applet program. So in this first applet program, I'm going to write about how to display some text on applet. So let us start this program. So we all know that in order to write a particular applet program, we need to have two files, Java file and HTML file. So in the last session, I discussed only how to write a Java file and how to use different methods in order to draw something on the applets or in order to display something on the applets. We only discussed regarding the Java file. But now in this session, while writing an applet program, I will cover about this HTML file also. So let us start with writing a Java program first. And after the completion of this Java program, we can see how to write a HTML code for this particular for this particular running of this applet. Yes, I want to change the font. In the previous class, I explained that in order to write the applet program, we need to import a package. The name of the package is applet package. So in order to write the applet program, first we have to import this applet package. After importing the applet package, we have to import one more package called as AWT package, because as all we know that these applet programs do not contain main method. Instead of main method, these programs contain a method called as paint method, and that particular paint method will take a graphics class variable as a parameter. So that particular graphics class is located in AWT package. So in order to access that particular graphics class, we need to import this AWT package in applet programs. And then, as we mentioned in the previous session, that we have to define one class, and we have to define that particular class with a public keyword. With a public keyword, this is because we have to access this particular Java file in HTML file while executing. So in order to make this particular ABC file available, we have to define this particular class as public, and then let us have the paint method. Let us have the paint method inside that ABC class. So public void paint graphics G. So public is an access specifier which states that this particular method is available anywhere, and void is a return type which states that this paint method is going to return nothing, and then paint is the name of the method which is used in applets in order to display or draw something on the applet. And then this paint method, for this paint method, we are passing some graphics class variable as a parameter. And by using this variable, we are going to do something, right? So in this program, what I want to do is, I just want to display some computer science and engineering on the applet. So in order to display something on the applet, we have one method called as drawString method. We already discussed about that method in the previous session, drawString method, which is one of the methods in graphics class. By using that drawString method, we are going to print something on the output screen. And that particular drawString method contains three parameters. First one is the string, and second one is the position of X, and third one is the position of Y. So our first parameter will be printed on the applet X2 and 3 values, where 2 and 3 parameters defines the position where we have the string to be printed, right? So we have a method called as drawString method. So which is going to take three parameters. The first parameter, I want to display computer science and engineering on the output screen, and I want to display this particular string at position 50 and 50. So on the output screen, this computer science and engineering will be displayed at 50, 50 position. So, and for this program, we have only one class, and we have to save this particular program as class name.java, where here the class name is ABC. So we have to save this particular program as abc.java. After saving this program, we have to maintain HTML file. So while writing the HTML file, we have a tag called as HTML. Keep one thing in mind. HTML is a markup language which is used to design web pages, content of the web pages. And then this HTML language is not a case sensitive language. So there is no difference between capital HTML and small HTML because it is not a case sensitive language. We can use capital letters in place of small letters or small letters in place of capital letters. So there is no problem whether we may use small letters or capital letters. So in this markup language, there are some tags. So the main one of the main tag in HTML is HTML tag, and under HTML tag, so we want to deal with the applets. So we have one more tag called as body tag, and under the body tag, we have one more tag called as applet tag. So this particular applet tag has three attributes, that is code. So here we have to provide the class file of our Java program. As all we know that the class file will be generated only when the given Java file is compiled. So we have to compile the Java file first, so that it will be so that the particular class file will be generated. So earlier I have written one Java program and I have saved this particular program as ABC. So if I compile that particular program abc.java, definitely I will get a class file with the name ABC with dot class extension. So I have directly given code equal to abc.class, and then we have to provide height and width of the applet. So these are the three attributes. So the three attributes are code, height, and width. As we studied in the first session, that the output of an applet program will be displayed in a separate window. So the height and width of that particular window is mentioned here. As we mentioned, height equal to 400 and width equal to 400. So that particular output window will be generated with the height of 400 and width of 400. So after the use of each and every tag, we have to close the tag. Closing of the tag in the sense we have to join some slash symbol in place, slash symbol along with the tag name. So that particular tag will be closed. Okay, we have to follow the order, right? So we can save this particular program with any name, similar to C programs. We can even observe. We can save C programming language program with any name we want. Similarly, we can use any name for C++ programs also. But while coming to Java, we have to save that particular Java program with class name. Here also in HTML, we can save this particular program with any name we want. So I'm going to save this particular program, save as, I want to save this particular program as one.html. So I'm going to save this particular program as one.html. Okay. So you can see there are leave these other things. You can see I have highlighted two files. The first file name is ABC and the type of the file is Java, and the second file name is one, and the type of the file is, you can see the type of the file by extending this one. Type of the file is Microsoft Edge document. So here in my particular laptop, default web browser is Internet Explorer. This is the new icon of Internet Explorer. What you are seeing here is the new icon. You can see in the bottom also. This is the new icon of Internet Explorer, update icon. Don't confuse with that. So whenever we save any program with .html extension, that program will be saved with a default web browser in your computer or in your laptop. So in my particular laptop, default web browser is Internet Explorer. So this particular document with the name one is saved with the icon of Internet Explorer. So as we studied in the first session, that in order to write any applet program, we need to have two files. That is the Java file and HTML file. And now these two files are available. Now what we have to do is, first we have to compile the Java file so that it will generate a .class file. And then we have to use applet viewer command on HTML file so that that particular applet viewer command will generate an applet, right? So let us see what happens. So I'm going to run this particular program in command prompt. Go to the search box and type CMD. It will show some options, and among all those options, click on the command app. So it will give command prompt. And one more thing, if you open the command prompt, there is some address will be shown here. Here our the address is C colon slash user slash bin. So we have to either we have to write our Java programs at that particular address, that is C colon in under the C files users under the user files, we have to write the Java programs in bin folder, or else we have to change that path to the location where our programs are located in the computer system. In the computer system, our programs are located. You can see our Java file is located at you can see the address C colon slash user slash bin. So here Here, our address is up to Win. So we have to move to desktop, online classes, and then Java. So in order to change the folder or the change directory, we have a command called as cd, and we have to type the folder name where we want to move. So we have to move to the desktop. So I have given cd space desktop and press enter. You can clearly observe the path has been changed to C colon slash user slash bin slash desktop. And in the desktop also, I need to move to the online classes, online classes. And now I move to the online classes. And then again, I need to move to the Java. So now I am here where my all the Java programs and all not all the Java programs, what the Java program just now I have written, I'm there at the position of Java program in my computer system. Now, in order to compile a Java program, we have to use a command called as javac command, which is used to compile the Java program. And if just press enter by giving the file name vvc.java. So I don't get any errors. That's why a command prompt is showing the same path. Now, after compiling, you can clearly observe before entering this particular command, javac space abc.java, here we have only 6 files. And then after pressing enter key, there is one more file which is generated with the name abc.class. You can delete and you can observe the same thing. See this one. I'm deleting this file. Now you can observe there are only 6 files here. There are only 6 files. You can see in the bottom, only 6 items. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to compile the Java program, that is abc.java. So I am using javac command followed by space followed by abc.java. Now I am pressing enter. You can observe there is one more file which is added. You can observe in the bottom there are 7 items. There is one more file which is added, that the name of the file is abc.class file. That is the file which will be generated for each and every Java program after the compilation. And it is a file which do not contain either high-level language or machine-level language. The code inside this particular class file is a byte code, and that byte code is only understood by the JVM. No one can understand that byte code other than JVM. So any computer system which is having the JVM can understand the byte code. And coming to the applet programs, it is a different approach. In applets, we are not going to deal with the JVM. We are going to deal with the web browser. We have written HTML code, and how that particular HTML or that web browser is understands it class file, in the sense that web browser should be enabled with Java. If that web browser is not enabled with Java, we cannot run an applet program. If that particular web browser is enabled with Java, we can run applet program. So now what we have to do is, we have to use the command called as applet viewer command followed by HTML file name .html. As we studied in the first session, in order to compile a standalone applications, that is a normal Java program, we are going to use the command javac. Similarly, in order to compile an applet program also, we are going to use the same command javac. But while running a Java program, a normal standalone application, we are going to use a command called as Java. But in case of applets, we are going to use a different command in order to run an applet program. And the name of the command is applet viewer. So use the command applet viewer, and we have to use this particular applet viewer command on HTML. My HTML file name is fun and extension .html. Now just press enter. I think applets are not working in my laptop. That is why we are not getting the desired result.
Okay, now let us have a look at, I think in my laptop there is a new version, the applet viewer has been removed. So just I want to change the path and class path to the older versions so that we can run the applets. So now let us see how to set the path and class path in order to run the Java programs also. I think this 14.0.1 is the new version and this 1.6.0 is the older version. Just copy this particular address wherever you have particular Java, that is the JDK files have been saved. Copy this, open the bin folder and copy this particular address. And after copying this address, make a right click on your My Computer and go to the properties. And then a new window will be opened. There are multiple number of options, and among all those options, there is one option called as Advanced System Settings. Make a click on that Advanced System Settings, and we will get a new window. And in that window also, click on the option called as Environmental Variables, and you will get another window which includes some user variables and system variables. In user variables, go to the new option. You will get a small window, and where the variable name, give the variable name as path, and for the variable value, paste the thing what you have copied earlier, and click on OK. And then again click on the path, and now give the variable name as class path and the value as lib, value for lib, and with semicolon, comma, semicolon. So for the path, we have to provide the bin address, and for the class path, we have to provide the lib address. And click on OK, OK, and again open the command prompt again and check whether the Java is working or not. As Java is working now, and but our program is located in a different place. 1 second. Our program is located here. So as I explained previously, so we have to move to the Java folder, which is in online classes, which is in desktop, which is in Windows, which is in users, and which is in C. At present, we are at C:/user/win. So I have to move towards desktop. Second, spelling desktop. Yeah, and then I have to move towards online classes, and then I have to move towards the folder Java. So now I am here, and now I am going to use the applet viewer command now. Applet viewer space 1.html. And now you can see, I got some, I got a new window, but in this new window, it is showing that the applet, start applet not initialized. I think there is some error maybe in the Java file or HTML file. And by recorrecting that particular error, we can get the desired output. So let us see what is the mistake we have done. Yeah, let us see our Java program first. Okay, we have done some mistake. That is, our class should extend applet class. Now, let's save the program by pressing Ctrl C and then compile the program with the command javac again. Our file name is abc. Now compile the program as abc.java and then run the program by using the applet viewer command. That is applet viewer space one.html. So you can see whenever I use the applet viewer command, a new window is generated here, and this is called as applet. And this applet is displaying some text. You can observe, you can see the text computer science and engineering. And this text is started at, once again, and this particular text is started at this particular position. That is, this particular edge is called as 0, 0, and we move on to the side. That means the x value is going to be increased, and we move towards the bottom. That means y value is going to be increased. That is, this particular value is 50 in terms of y. This particular value is 50. This particular value is 50 in terms of y, and this particular value is 50 in terms of x. And you can observe the thing in the Java program. Oh, okay. So once again, I am deleting all these things. Okay. Now you can see this is our Java program. This is our Java program. You can see we have used the method called as drawString, and the string is computer science and engineering, and the string should be started at 50, 50. This is what we have given in Java program, and you can observe the output, and this is the output what we got on the applet. So it is 50, 50, this particular position, and from this particular position, computer science and engineering is started printing from this particular position. So this is how we can write anything on the applet, and then we can change the background color. There is one method. Let us extend this program with some more methods. There is one method called as set background, and for this particular set background, pass any color of your own interest. For example, I want to pass yellow. Now let us save the program, and then let us close this folder output. Compile the program. I got some error. Let us change the things. Now let us see the once again, and let us see this background later. Let us see this method later. First, I want to initially, if you observe, the color of the computer science and engineering text is black. Now I want to change the color,
I want to change the color of computer science and engineering to some color. Let us say, I want to change this color to red. So there is one method called as set color, and that particular set color method, if we pass that color dot, if we want red, we have to pass color dot red, and if we want green, we have to pass color dot green, so that it will print the text in particular desired color. Now compile the program and then run the program by using applet. You can observe previously we got an output of computer science and engineering at 50 comma 50 position in black color. Now you can observe the same output, that is the computer science and engineering at 50 comma 15 is in red color, because we have used a method called as set color, which will change the color of the text or the color of any object. Now close the program, and now we know that the background color is white. Now I want to change the background color. I want to change the background color to some color dot some yellow. I want to change the background color to yellow. So I have used a method called as set background, and I have passed color dot yellow. Now save the program, compile the program by using Java C, and then run the program by using applet viewer.html. And you can clearly observe that the background color in the previous output, the background color is white, and now the background color has been changed to yellow, where on that particular background color, the color of the text is in red, because we have used the set background method and we have passed color dot yellow. That is why the background of this particular applet has been changed to yellow color. And then on that background, I have used a color called as red. So anything after this statement will be in red color. So after this statement, I have used to print computer science and engineering on the screen. So that computer science and engineering has been printed with some red color. For example, I want to have one more color. For example, I want to print Chebdolu, the name of our college. There is a Chebdolu Engineering College in some green color. In green color, I can print that particular thing in green color as, let's see. Let us copy and paste and change the things. I want to print the college name in green color. So let us take Chebdolu Engineering College, and I want to print this particular thing at a position of 100 comma 100. So now compile the program and then run the program. You can clearly observe the output. The background color is yellow, and then I have used red color. And by using that red color, I have printed computer science and engineering. That's why computer science and engineering is in red color. And the position of that computer science and engineering is at 50 comma 50. So it is printed from starting at 50 comma 50. And then I have changed the color to green. And then I have printed Chevron Engineering College at 100 comma 100. So at position of 100 and 100. So this is the position of 50 and then 50, and then this is the position of 100 and 100. So these two things are printed according to the given positions. Now let us extend this same program by, we have already seen some methods in the previous session, that is session number 2 on applets. So let us extend this program with by drawing some objects like lines or points or a square or a rectangle or a circle or an ellipse or an arc. So let us extend this program in the next session by drawing some complex shapes, not complex shapes, some simple shapes. So we are going to draw some simple shapes on applets in the next session. And thank you very much for all the listeners. And if you have any doubts regarding this session, you can just leave a comment. And one more thing, I have shown you something wrong. That is, I have shown this as an updated Internet Explorer. Sorry, it is not an updated Internet Explorer. It is Microsoft Edge. There is one more browser, Microsoft Edge. So keep that in mind. And if you have any queries, please leave a comment in the comment box. And thank you for listening my lecture. And in the next session, let us join by drawing some simple shapes on applets. Thank you very much.